Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord God, we thank you for our Catholic faith. We thank you for calling us to be born in the Knanaya community. Lord, bless all our ancestors. Bless all of us gathered here as we are trying to understand more about our faith as well as our community and its traditions. Lord, help us to keep what we have received from Christ, from St. Thomas the Apostle, and from our ancestors. And Lord, help us to maintain our faith and traditions in our lives and in the generations to come. And Lord, guide us during this session. We ask this in the name of Jesus the Lord. Amen. Okay, there are few empty seats in the front. You can also go to the front because I want some interactive session. So this is going to be a short PowerPoint presentation, only 12 slides, and then there will be open discussion. That's why I reduced the number of slides. So I'm not giving you a lot of theory. So this is, as you know, the topic is the relevance of the Knanaya community and its traditions. So you always hear about the Knanaya community and the traditions. But I'm going to give you a slightly different concept of what are our traditions. So this is the content of my presentation. There are 5 topics. One is the biblical diagram of the Knanaya practice of endogamy or marrying from the same community, what the Bible says about the endogamy. Second is the migration background of the Knanaya community. Then the third one is the Knanaya diocese. Then the diaspora situation, that means diaspora is people who migrate from one area to another area. And then the fifth is the Knanaya traditions. So we will start first with the biblical background. So what does the Bible say about endogamy or exogamy? So this is a definition that I have taken from the dictionary. Something I will not make. What is endogamy? Endogamy is the practice of marrying within a specific ethnic group. It's not just about the Knanaya community because there are so many communities that practice endogamy. So endogamy is the practice of marrying within a specific ethnic group. Sorry. Okay. Now, Abraham married his cousin, sister Sarah, and then when Isaac was ready for marriage, Abraham asked his servant to take Isaac to find a bride for him from his own family. And so Isaac also married his cousin Rebekah. And then they had Jacob and Esau. When Jacob went to his relative's house and he married his cousin sisters Leah and Rachel. So that way in Bible, so many people married their kind of cousins. Of course, for Adam and Eve, they had to marry brother and sister. There was no way. Now, let us come to the next step. Marriage within the tribe. So I want to read from the Bible, listen to the Bible, what it says in the book of Numbers, chapter 36, verses 6 to 10.
This is what the Lord commands with regard to the daughters of Zelophehad. They may marry anyone they please, provided they marry into the clan of their ancestral tribe, so that no heritage of the Israelites will pass from one tribe to another, but all the Israelites will retain their own ancestral heritage. Every daughter who inherits property in any of the Israelite tribes will marry someone belonging to a clan of her own ancestral tribe, in order that all the Israelites may remain in possession of their own ancestral heritage. Thus, no heritage will pass from one tribe to another, but all the Israelite tribes will retain their own ancestral heritage. The daughters of Zelophehad did exactly as the Lord commanded Moses.
So there were 12 tribes of Israel. And so Moses instructed the Israelites that when you inherit the promised land, his successor Joshua will be assigning different areas to the 12 tribes. So each tribe has to marry from their own tribe. Even among the Israelites, they have to marry from their own tribe. Judah has to marry from the tribe of Judah. Or Levites have to marry from the Levites. And so each tribe has to marry from their tribe, their own tribe, so that the property will not get mixed up. So that was the instruction that was given. Okay. The next passage is the book of Levites, Levi 21:14.
Not a widow or a woman who has been divorced, or a woman who has lost her honor as a prostitute, but a virgin taken from his own people shall he marry.
Okay, who should a Levite marry? Levite should marry only a virgin of his own tribe. That means only from the tribe of Levi, because the Levites are the priestly tribe. Again, in the book of Tobit, when we have the betrothal or engagement, we read this passage. So all of you please listen here. Don't please turn off your iPhone or any phone or iPad or anything like that. So please be attentive here. Okay. Tobit 4.
Be on your guard, son, against every kind of fornication, and above all, marry a woman of your own ancestral family. Do not marry a foreign woman, one who is not of your father's tribe, because we are descendants of the prophets, who were the first to speak the truth. Noah prophesied first, then Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our ancestors from the beginning of time.
Okay. So here also we are of a tribe of the prophets. We have to marry from the community. I have one restriction, please. Don't move from your chair. This is getting, you will be distracting me also, and you will not be able to focus. You may need coffee or water, so please wait for 1 hour class. No more movement. Okay, now comes the ethnic endogamy. Book of Nehemiah, chapter 30.
Also in those days I saw Jews who had married Asherites, Amorites, and Moabites wives. Of their children half spoke Asherite, and none of them knew how to speak Jewish. And so it was in regard to the language of the various other people. I took them to task and cursed them. I had some of them beaten and their hair pulled out, and I adjured them by God. You shall not marry your daughter to their son, nor take any of their daughters for your sons or for yourselves. Did not Solomon, the king of Israel, sin because of them? Though among the many nations there was no king like him, and though he was beloved of his God, and God had made him king over all Israel, yet even he was made to sin by foreign women. Must also be heard of you that you have done this same thing, very great evil, betraying our God by marrying foreign women. One of the sons of Joash, son of Elishib, the high priest, was the son-in-law of the Sanballat the Ammonite. I drove him away from my presence. Remember against them, O my God, how they defiled the priesthood and the covenant of the priesthood and the Levites.
Okay, now comes more clarity on why you should marry from your own tribe or your own community. The example brought here is the story of King Solomon. Solomon was the most wise person ever born. But Jesus was more wise than Solomon. So after Jesus, because Jesus is born himself without any formal education, Jesus had the wisdom. Then was the King Solomon. He was wise because when he was young, very young, he was made king. Then God asked him, you can ask any favor from me. He had a vision from God. So he could ask for wealth, for long life, for more power, or wisdom. He chose wisdom. Then God said, you made the good selection. The wisdom to rule the people as a servant of God. Then God said, along with wisdom, I will give you everything. You will have wealth, you will have long life. So Solomon ruled for 40 years. And then Solomon made a mistake. Every person has supposed to have only one wife. But according to the Bible, Solomon had 700 wives, 300 concubines. Total 1,000. But it can be an imagery of how he had relationship with so many women, because he married the princes of different neighboring kings so that he could live in peace, because the father-in-law will not fight against him. So he became wealthy and he was ruling in peace. His kingdom became big by marrying other foreign women. What happens when they marry foreign women? They bring their idols. They bring the statues of their own other pagan gods and goddesses to the palace of the King Solomon. So, because of their influence, as he became old and old, he began to worship these pagan gods along with these women. And then, besides, he was fortunate to have built Solomon, the temple of God. Even David was not allowed. He collected every material for the construction of the temple of God in Jerusalem. But he could not construct that. But God said, you have done so much crimes. So, because of your sin, because of the blood that you shed, you are not going to build a temple for me. But your son Solomon is going to do it. And Solomon built the temple. But the problem was that he constructed also other temples for other gods later because of the influence of this pagan women. I know some of our young people, sometimes one man dated a Hindu lady, and then what happened was the boy's mother, when they bought a condominium or a house, his mother brought the picture of Jesus Christ and the Blessed Mother. Her mother brought her all the Parvati, Shiva and other old pictures. And asked them to pray your own gods. Finally what happened was, both of them do not go to the temple, both of them do not go to the church. They lost their faith. Sometimes some people become Jew when they marry a Jewish lady, or they become Catholic when they marry a Catholic. So depending upon who you marry, because of the family unity, you lose your faith or you join another religion. So in order to keep up your faith, God wanted that you marry from your own religion, from your own tribe, so you don't get involved in worshipping other gods. So that is the reason why Bible insists on marrying from the community. Now let us come to the commandment for religious endogamy. Exodus 34:16.
And when you take their daughters as wives for your sons, and their daughters prostitute themselves with their gods, they will make your sons do the same.
That means they will also, if you marry from outside, then you will also end up in worshipping other gods. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 3 to 4.
You shall not intermarry with them, neither giving your daughters to their sons, nor taking their daughters for your sons. For they would turn your sons from following me to serving other gods. And then the wrath of the Lord will flare up against you and quickly destroy you.
So the reason is again, why? Because your heart will turn away from the true God to other gods. 1 Kings chapter 11.
King Solomon loved many foreign women, besides the daughter of Pharaoh, Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, Hittites, from the nations of which the Lord has said to the Israelites, You shall not join with them, and they shall not join with you, lest they turn your hearts to their gods. But Solomon held them close in love. He had as wives 700 princesses and 300 concubines, and they turned his heart. When Solomon was old, his wives had turned his heart to follow other gods, and his heart was not entirely with the Lord his God, as the heart of David his father had been. Solomon followed Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians, and Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. Solomon did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and he did not follow the Lord unreservedly, as David his father had done. Solomon then built a high place in Chermoz, the abomination of Moab, and to Molech, the abomination of the Ammonites, on the mountain opposite Jerusalem. He did the same for all his foreign wives, who burned incense and sacrificed to their gods. The Lord became angry with Solomon, because his heart turned away from the Lord, the God of Israel, who had appeared to him twice, and commanded him not to do this, the very thing, not to follow other gods. But he did not observe what the Lord commanded. So the Lord said to Solomon, Since this is what you want, and you have not kept my covenant, and the statutes which I enjoined on you, I will surely tear the kingdom away from you, and give it to your servant. But I will not do this during your lifetime, for the sake of David your father. I will tear it away from your son's hand, nor will I tear away the whole kingdom. I will give your son one tribe, for the sake of David my servant, and for the sake of Jerusalem, which I have chosen.
Okay, good. So I already gave you the background. So King Solomon had how many wives? 700 wives. How many concubines? 300. So altogether how many? 1,000. So 1,000 means a big number. So, and the result was that he, who was very loyal to God, now began to worship other gods and build temples for them. And when the king goes bad, the whole nation will go bad. So King Solomon is supposed to be the role model for all the Israelites, but now he has given a wrong model, wrong message, wrong example to his kingdom. And so God punished Solomon by dividing his kingdom into two, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Now, before we read the next passage, which is a very interesting passage for the Knanaya community, let me give you a short background, which is, so please listen carefully. I know after lunch you feel sleepy, but this is very important part of the story of the book of Israel. So, the kingdom was divided. The northern kingdom was called Israel, and the southern kingdom was called Judea. And then the northern kingdom had 20 kings. And all the kings were unfaithful to God. And because of that, God punished them, because the Assyrians from the north, from the east, came and attacked them, and they were all dispersed, because they were taken into captivity. After that, the Babylonians came to power. They defeated the Assyrians, and the Babylonians also took away the southern kingdom. Because the southern kingdom, alternate kings were faithful to God and others were unfaithful to God. There were 19 kings and 1 queen. And after that, they were taken in exile to Babylon. And when they were in Babylon, they were for 70 years they were under Babylonian exile. During that time, with a bloodless revolution, the Persians invaded the Babylonians, and then the king of Persia gave permission to a prophet and a priest called Ezra. This prophet was given the permission to take some people and take the resources that were taken by Nebuchadnezzar to take to Jerusalem and build the temple of Jerusalem. And so this Ezra is dear to the Knanaya community, because that is what I am going to say. This prophet Ezra, along with some Christians, Jews, went to Jerusalem. And when he planned to build the temple, he noticed that those people of Israel or Jews who did not go to Babylonia, they were poor people, they got married with the pagan or non-Jewish women. And so Ezra felt that why did God punish Israel? Because Israelites married, Jews married non-Israelite women, thus brought the idol worship. That is why God destroyed them, and God even destroyed his own temple. Now, he noticed that he discussed with the elders, what should we do to purify the Israelites? The elders advised him that we should ask the Israelites, whoever has married pagan women should send their women and their children away. If they don't do that, they will not be in the community. So, it was a very painful experience, because they got married, they have children, now they have to send their pagan wives and children away. And some did not. So, thus he purified that, and because of that the Samaritans attacked, objected Ezra from constructing the wall around the temple of Jerusalem. And then the Samaritans reported that to the king of Persia, and then king of Persia said, stop constructing the wall. Now, when the Knanaya community migrated in the year 345, I'm not explaining the story because you all know that, they, on their way to India, they went to the tomb of Ezra, this prophet, and prayed at the tomb of prophet Ezra. Thus they made a pledge that they will also keep up the endogamous nature of the Knanaya community. Now with that background, let us see how Ezra is purifying the Jews by expelling the non-endogamous wives and children. Book of Ezra chapter 9. So listen carefully.
Do not then give your daughters to their sons in marriage, and do not take their daughters for your sons. Never promote their welfare and prosperity. Thus you will grow strong, enjoy the produce of the land, and leave it as an inheritance to your children forever. After all that has come upon us for our evil deeds and our great guilt, though you, our God, have made less of our sinfulness than it deserved, and have allowed us to survive as we do, shall we again violate your commandments by intermarrying with these abominable peoples? Would you not become so angered with us as to destroy us without remnant or survivor?
Chapter 10, verse 1 to 3.
When Ezra prayed and acknowledged their guilt, weeping and prostrate before the house of God, a very large assembly of Israelites gathered about him, men, women, and children, and the people wept profusely. Then Shaphanzal, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, made this appeal to Ezra. We have indeed betrayed our God by taking as wives foreign women of the people of the land. Yet even now there remains a hope for Israel. Let us therefore enter into a covenant before our God to dismiss all our foreign wives and the children born of them, in keeping with you, my Lord, advice and those who fear the commandments of our God. Let the law be observed.
Then Ezra the priest stood up and said to them, Your apostasy in taking foreign women as wives has added to Israel's guilt. But now give praise to the Lord, the God of your ancestors, and do his will. Separate yourselves from the peoples of the land and from the foreign women." In answer, the whole assembly cried out with a loud voice, "Yes, it is our duty to do as you say. But the people are numerous, and it is raising season, so that we cannot remain outside. Besides, this is not the task that we have performed in a single day or even 2.
All these had taken foreign wives, but they sent them away, both the women and the children.
So, according to the Bible, this endogamous nature is kept for keeping up our faith. That is the main reason. Now the migration background. So Knanaya migration, I'm not going to the details of the story. You know that St. Thomas the Apostle came to India in the year 52, and he was there up to 72. He was martyred there in India, in Madras or Chennai, and then there were 7 churches in India, and they had first leaders appointed by St. Thomas. Then they lost the leadership because there were no bishops to ordain the priest, and at that time, by the 4th century, there were business relationship between Mesopotamia and South India or Kerala. The modern name is Kerala. Thomas from Kenai, from the present Iraq, at that time Mesopotamia, came. He was Jewish Christian. He came to India, and he found that there were Christians. So they asked if they can get a priest and or bishop and priest from his country, and he reported that to Bishop Sahados of Edessa, and he also had a vision of God in a dream, and so he had a synod of bishops, and he sent a migration of 400 people of 72 families from 7 clans or tribes, and they came on 3 ships in the year 345. So on their way, they prayed at the tomb of Ezra before the departure. So that means how strong they were for keeping up the ethnicity of the community. And then the strict endogamy in South India favored the Knanaya endogamy. Usually the tribals marry from their tribes, or high caste people in India, they married from their own tribes. So it favored that on their way, maybe over the tomb of Ezra, they decided that we will also marry only from our own community. So, and then they lived in colonies. So the Knanaya community had one colony on the southern part of the kingdom of Chelam and Pilman. It was a forest. They were asked to clear the forest, and they could construct 72 houses and a church. So also in the olden times, in India, we had arranged marriage only. That means the parents will decide, pick up the bride or the groom for their children. And also, marriage was done at an early age. Before you have any attraction to anybody, they do the marriage. So, and they had Knanaya churches or Knanaya section within a common Syro-Chaldean church. So, even when they were living in Kodugallur, they had 3 churches, Church of St. Thomas, and Church in the name of Blessed Mary, and St. Kuriakos. They had 3 churches. And later, they had 5 churches. In 1911, the Knanaya Catholics had 30 churches, and Knanaya Jacobites had 14 churches. So altogether, Knanaya community had 44 churches. So we were a church-based community, and that is how we grew up. And then, before 1911, attempts were made. We were sending applications, even under the leadership of Father Matthew Baki. Attempts were made to get our own diocese because we had 30 parishes. And then Knanaya diocese was elected on August 29, 1911. And the advantage of the Knanaya parishes and community is that every day we can come together, and especially on Sundays, come together for Mass, we will have more growth, unity, and then the bishops take leadership, priests take leadership, nuns serve for the growth of the community and the strengthening of the community. So, the growth involves community awareness by organizations like Knanaya Catholic Youth League, KCYL, Knanaya Catholic Congress, Knanaya Catholic Women's Association. So, we had all that in Kerala before we had here. Then institutions like churches, educational institutions, employment, training and opportunities, and hospitals, social service, welfare institutions. We serve not only Knanaya Catholics, these all were doing service for all people who are in need. Non-Knanaya, Hindus, Muslims, or the poor people. Our service is extended to all. But the community, the membership in the church or the community is always for the Knanaya Catholics. And also the diocese promoted the Knanaya traditions. They trained them, also media like Bangladesh, and then we have the different awareness seminars and other programs were held. So that was the advantage of the Knanaya churches. Now we are coming to the modern age. So in the olden days we have child marriage, so always they marry from the community. But now by government law in India, the lady should be 18 years old and the men should be 21 years old before marriage. So if you marry before that age, you will be arrested in India. Here, there is exception. But no, it's not in India. In India, because of in order to control the population, they made law that girls below 18 years old cannot get married. Boys below 21 years old cannot get married. So by that time, they might hook up with somebody. And then the parents have no control. So it has become a challenge for the keeping up of the endogamy of the community. But through KCYL and through the parishes and associations, they were trained to keep up the endogamous nature of the community. You have any question, please? Okay. Then I said, formerly they had arranged the marriage, but they asked the consent of the bride and the groom. But now it is more and more the young couples selecting themselves. Then so it happened that more marriages began to happen outside the community as a recent phenomenon. And then so the solution is in the Kottayam diocese, the Kottayam bishop said, I have the authority to administer, to take care of the pastoral needs of only of the Knanaya Catholics. So if a non-Knanaya comes into the family, I have no pastoral authority. So for the family unity, let them go to a nearby Sura Malabar parish. So the solution was to seek permission to join the non-Knanaya parish. So so they say, okay, anyway, I want to get married with the non-Knanaya spouse. So give me permission to join the non-Knanaya parish. So some began to challenge this now in the court, the legal system, or in the Vatican. So that is the challenge that community is facing in the modern times. Actually, those who leave, not all of them challenge that, but only some people challenge that. So when it goes to the court or when it goes to the Vatican, they oftentimes favor them. Now the diaspora situation, that means diaspora means people who migrate to other areas. The first association was started in Chicago, so also the Catholic mission. So the first challenge on membership of the endogamous community happened in Chicago. And then exogamous in the US challenged on the membership of the Knanaya associations and Knanaya missions. So they complained to the Latin Diocese of Chicago, they favored them because they cannot understand the modern community with endogamous nature. And then they also complained to Vatican. So the Latins favored the exogamous views. Actually, it is not the Vatican or it is not the Latin Diocese that is opposing us. But because some of our community members who marry outside the community or some of them who favor them complain then the problems happen. So that is why we have challenges happening on the membership issue. So the challenge continued even after the formation of the Syro-Malabar Diocese of Chicago in 2001, and it still continues. So I'm just giving you an introduction of what are the modern problems that the community is facing, because you may be wondering what these guys are discussing. Now, we discuss about the Knanaya culture. So here is a culture. This is just taken from the website. What are things involved in a culture? We have a Knanaya culture. So one society with a culture has so many elements. We don't have all of them as a specialty of that. For example, Kerala. Kerala culture means the attitudes of the people of that group, also Knanaya community, the beliefs of that group, Knanaya community, what they believe, what is their language, their customs, their rituals, their behavior, their faith or religion, the food, the special food they have, the art, drama, music. So when we take Knanaya community as a center, you will see a lot of things that are here. Some attitudes of the Knanaya people, their beliefs, Catholic beliefs, their language, basically Malayalam, but now English, the customs of the Knanaya community, the rituals of the Knanaya community, the behavior of the Knanaya people little different from others, the faith or religion, the food, we have some special food, some of the art forms like Margari, Purana Patal, so all those make our Knanaya culture. So I use here an example of an egg. There are so many elements in an egg, but however, there are three basic factors: the yolk, the white of the egg, and the shell. But there are so many other elements also. But this is the germinal that gives birth to the bird. Now, the tradition is the central part. The tradition. Then the customs come around that. And then all the and then there are the social behaviors. And all those three factors form the Knanaya culture. So the central part is our faith. Now that is what we are going to compare. So a Knanaya culture involves these three factors: Knanaya traditions, Knanaya customs, and Knanaya behavior. Now, Knanaya traditions means the Catholic faith, because why the ancestors came to India? Because they came to revitalize the Catholic faith, the Christian faith that was introduced by St. Thomas the Apostle. So the most important factor of the Knanaya traditions is to keep up the Catholic faith. The second important tradition of the Knanaya community is the Chaldean or Syro-Malabar liturgy, not the Latin liturgy. We are not. Our ancestors were opposing the introduction of Latin liturgy in Kerala. Why? Because our ancestors in the 4th century came from the Chaldean church. The Chaldean liturgy was brought from the Chaldean church because they were Chaldeans from Babylonia, from Mesopotamia, or present Iraq. Their liturgy was the Syriac language. Syriac language is the Aramaic language. The Aramaic language is a new version of the Hebrew language. So they used the. You have any problem? So they used the modern Hebrew, which is called Aramaic language, and used that for the prayers, because that was the spoken language. So Aramaic was the language that Jesus spoke, and so they used that language for liturgy. So that liturgy, that mass, and other official prayers were brought from the Chaldean church from Iraq to India. And later, and we were getting bishops from the Chaldean church, where the Knanaya people originated, until the 16th century. Then during the 16th century, a revolution happened from the Europe, from Spain, from Portugal, from England, and other countries. The expeditions were coming, and there were colonizations. And so, along with the missionaries came, and they introduced the Latin liturgy. And then our forefathers objected to that. And that is why some of the Knanaya people and many of the Syro-Malabar people left the Catholic faith and joined the Jacobite church. So our tradition is a Syro-Malabar liturgy, and so we should be proud of that tradition because that is what we brought, our ancestors brought from the Chaldean church. And then the third one is the Knanaya churches. Because when they came to Kodungalur, along with the 72 houses they built a church. And as they began to spread, they built 2 more churches. As I said, the church in the name of St. Thomas, church in the name of Blessed Virgin Mary, and St. Kuriakos. Then the Muslims invaded them in Kodungalur, and then they began to spread to other places, and then they began to build more churches. Wherever they settled, they built churches. So we have to have our own churches rather than depending upon the Latin churches or somebody else's churches. We should be proud of our own churches. That is why the priest took leadership to have this Sacred Heart Church, St. Mary's Church, or all other churches, and we are trying to have churches in New York. Again, endogamy this was the part I was explaining so far. Why we insist on endogamy? It is not to hate anybody. It is not to reject any people. We should have good relationship with everybody. But marriage is insisted for more compatibility of our faith and our traditions and to keep up our community together. Otherwise, if you get mixed marriage, you see more than 1700 years, the community has been surviving. This community will get destroyed immediately if we give up the practice of endogamy. And then devotion to the ancestors. Devotion to the ancestors because our people they have a great respect to the forefathers, the parents and grandparents who are living and who are deceased. That's why every day during the family prayer we pray for the deceased. They say 5 our Father, 5 Hail Mary, 5 glory to the Father. After the Mass they have a peace. On the anniversary they have mantra or they have Mass because we have a great devotion and respect for our forefathers. So that is the Knanaya tradition. Then Knanaya customs, like wedding customs which you are familiar, Madhuram Kodukal, sweets, Nadavali, Nellu Neeru Vekkala, Kalyanathathinu after the marriage when the bride and the groom comes to the groom's house, we have the Nellu Neeru by the mother of the groom, then Vadu Viditham, Kachadarigal, and then arts like Margangali, traditional songs, religious items like Barumariya song, that is used especially for Knanaya people. Blessing at the deathbed, the father who is dying will bless his children and say that the blessing that Abraham gave to his son Isaac and Isaac gave to Jacob, Jacob to his children, now I am giving to you. So those kind of traditions are the Knanaya traditions. Then we have our community has some special food like a pidi and bodiyarachi, chicken, neyyapam, panbachor, achappan jeepam, there are so many things like that. Then we have a dress like thalekattu for the, see when what you begin in Mumbai, I mean, mother would get in Mumbai, that was a kind of privilege of the Knanaya men. In the olden days, ladies have kuruk. There were some grandmas have kuruk. And then the kuruk of the northeast and the southeast were different. Our grandmother's kuruk was smaller than the northeast ladies. Also, mood of ladies. Mystery for a fan for a back that also has a different for the Knanaya ladies. So they could be distinguished from their dress. Then tali. Though the Hindus have tali and the northeast ladies have tali, our tali is different. It has 21 buds. Others don't have 21. 7 sacraments, 3 for Trinity. 7 into 3, 21. So that is the Knanaya tali. Then the Knanaya behavior is hospitality, unity and intimacy, close relationship, mutual help, socialization. All these combined together form the Knanaya customs, Knanaya culture. Sorry, you cannot see the Knanaya culture. But unfortunately, some of the leaders, they don't know about all this stuff. What they know is about endogamy or all these things. And they think that these are the Knanaya traditions. No, these are the Knanaya customs. The real Knanaya tradition is the Catholic faith, our Syro-Malabar liturgy, our building the Knanaya churches, sacraments done in the Knanaya churches. So your buildings, your baptism, your first communion, your confirmation, or whatever devotion you have should take place in your own churches. You should be proud of your church. And if you feel like your church is not suitable enough, you can beautify it by you contributing that. But it is not by looking around for a beautiful church that you get married. The marriage should be in your own parishes, not in the Latin churches. We are not against the Latins, but it is not the Knanaya tradition. The Knanaya tradition is to have our own churches and all the sacraments to be done in our own churches, and we should be proud of that. And now the last one. What are the advantages of the Knanaya endogamy? One is we have a common faith. So when you marry from our own community, your spouse will have the same faith and same culture. And then the unity of the family, because our family support one another. Family and community gatherings you enjoy more when the spouse is also from the community, and the family and community support. Handing over of traditions to the future generations. For more than 17.5 years we have been getting this heritage, and now is this generation to lose that. And preservation of Catholic faith leading to salvation. That is the main thing from the biblical point of view. Now is time if you have for open discussion if you have any question. Okay. One of you can pass the microphone and
Alright, so my question was, if our Knanaya, if preserving the Knanaya community, if our traditions and not the customs, if our Knanaya traditions have to do with, revolve around our faith and our Catholic faith, and our Catholic faith is the same as we follow the Syro-Malabar liturgy. So why, I don't see how, marrying a Syro-Malabar, even though they're the same faith as us, is, looked down upon.
Okay. That must be also the same, it's a good question. That must be the same issue that happened for our forefathers when they came to Kodunallur or Kerala, because they were also Catholics and we are sharing the same liturgy to them. Why cannot we marry from the community? But this community has so many Jewish customs also, which the others don't have. For example, our Burmariam, our Vadviditham, our so many customs and the blood relationship that they don't have. Of course, they have the same faith in God and same liturgy. But we have, besides that, so many other factors that I showed you. And so everything is not there. So what you are saying is they have the Catholic faith, they have the Syro-Malabar churches. But everything else is unique for the Knanaya community, and that is why we do that one. Second thing is that for the Israelites, some people also believed in the one and true God from the other people. Still God did not allow them. For example, the 12 tribes of Israel, except Joseph and his sons, they married Egyptian women. But the Israelites had to marry from their own tribe because each tribe had their own specialities. For example, Levi, they were priestly class. For Jude, for the Jews, Jude was the kingly class. For example, when you read the genealogy of Jesus from the book of Matthew and from the Gospel of Luke, both of them are descendants of David. So the legal father Joseph, the legal father of Jesus, Joseph, was from the tribe of David. And the biological mother Mary was also a descendant of David. And that is why Jesus is called the Son of David. And we were also from the same tribe of David. That is why in our Puradana body says, Raja Makkal Anmanbadum Udi Pugunde. Raja Makkal means the children of kings or the kingly tribe. So we are proud that we are of a Jewish or Davidic tribe, the same tribe that Jesus and Mary and Joseph was born. So because of that uniqueness of the community, we try to preserve all these specialities. So we don't want to mingle with them. And they are not that insistent on marrying from the same Syro Malabar. They might marry from the Syro Malangara or different communities. So here we try to preserve that Jewish tradition. Okay. Another question here?
So I had a question about the churches. So this is the first church in North America, and there's a lot of other kind of churches. So my question is, why don't we have a cathedral yet?
Oh, okay. Cathedra means chair. So a cathedral means the official chair of a bishop. Not just an ordinary bishop, the head of the diocese. So cathedral is the church that has the official chair of the bishop, from where he officially teaches his diocese. So since we don't have a diocese yet, we don't have a cathedral. But who knows? We already have a cathedral-like chairs here, but we don't have a diocese of our own. So once we have a diocese, that is our dream. It can happen because from the 4th century to 20th century we have been waiting for a diocese, and we got a diocese. So also when we get a diocese, we will have a cathedral. That's a good question. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, here's a question here.
How did the concept of Knanaya Jacobites came about?
Okay, I mentioned a little bit because as I said, until the 16th century, we were getting bishops not from Kerala, from the Chaldean church, and we were using the Syro Malabar liturgy or Chaldean liturgy. And when the Portuguese missionaries, that means Jesuit priests from Portugal, came to Kerala, they found that we are using a different language and different format of mass, and they could not understand it very well. So because of that, they insisted us to adopt the Latin liturgy and come directly under the Pope. Actually, we were not directly under the Pope. We were Pope through the Chaldean church. And because of that, some people protested. No, not some people, all people protested. And then people looked at it, but some kept separate from the leadership of the Latin bishops, and eventually they began to contact relationship with the Antiochian Jacobite church, and that is how they got separated. It's almost time. Okay, so thank you very much. Hope you all get married from the Knanaya community, and I hope you all will have your marriage in the Knanaya churches. Good luck.